Wezat Yehal, Ik Hatste Kevin. Well, well, well. The channel is now 9 years old, and I just want to say a big, big, big thank you to all of you. Subscribe, not subscribed anymore, patrons, non-patrons, etc, etc, etc. All of you who've been part of this journey of this channel with me for 9 years, almost a decade. I've been doing this, you know, and I'm just so happy with the way things have turned out, you know. I just cannot thank you guys enough for your support, your kind words, and even for those quiet people. I know you watch me, and thank you so much. It truly means a lot. That there are people out there who really, really admire my work and hope to make a positive impact on this world. I've had one person tell, I know I've said this before and I'll say it again, I've had one person tell me, Kevin, I grew up watching your videos. What? Grew up watching my videos? I mean, whoa, okay, that's something else. And yeah, and occasionally I would have people that tell me, yeah, Kevin, I've been watching you for years. And these are people I've never spoke to before, or what have you. And so, could I say that this channel is in some way, if I may say this in a very, very humble way, time tested, so to speak? I mean, you know, it's not a decade. I mean, but I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I don't plan to go anywhere. I mean, this channel it's what keeps me sane. It's, you know, my creative drive, my intellectual stimulation. You know, it all comes to the fore. It all becomes united in harmony. You know, I love this channel, and it's what I do with it too. It's not just learning a language. You know, I actually say what I think, within reason. All right, let's not get ridiculous now. I mean, you know, I would say things that try to inspire goodness into this world, because we all know how crazy the world is, and let's not get into that. But you know, we can make our world a better place by, you know, just hunkering down and just pursuing things that you truly like and not caring what people think, right? It's just a lot of people they're under the illusion of fear of like thinking what other people think. You know, public humiliation. Oh, you're into Old English. Well, yeah, I am. Okay, I'm not in an arrogant way, but yes, I am, and I enjoy it. You know, and I enjoy it. You know, because it's something I can share with you. You know, share with the world and all this. And I know I'm rambling, but however, for those of you who've been with me for a while, and for those of you who are new, these are the kinds of videos where I kind of show a part of myself to you guys. You know, because most of the time I'm behind the screen and you just hear my voice, but it's nice to actually see me. It's not in person, but you know, kind of. But anyway, but yeah, you know, it's what I do with the language that I enjoy. You know, creating stories, singing songs, and this and that. You know, or diving into phonology and this and that. So it's like the beauty of Old English. It's very multifaceted, right? There's something creative. There's something intellectual. You know, just, you know, all around good. You know, so, you know, this channel, I mean, going back on the topic of inspiring and whatnot, and you know, because thing is, you never know who's really watching, right? Who's really paying attention to my words, or I shouldn't say just my words. Let's say you want to decide to do this too. You got to bear in mind who's watching. Right, because I do have people young, because I look at the analytics, the demographics and whatnot. There are people young as like teenagers. Sometimes teenagers watch my stuff, and still, forgive me. the memory card got full and I had to delete some content that I wasn't going to use anyway. But anyway, now that we can resume. Yeah, some teenagers watch my stuff and it's a reason of itself to be an example. Because, again, you never know who is truly listening. And, you know, I just want to say this quote. I've said this quote before, but it's really important, especially for those who need some inspiration of some sort. Whatever action is performed by a great man, common men follow in his footsteps, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. I'll repeat it once more. Whatever action is performed by a great man, common men follow in his footsteps, and whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So, by your example, when you do something great, it's like, oh, so-and-so did it, therefore I can do it, right? You know, so hopefully with what I do, would inspire people to have an interest in historical languages, because it's a deep rabbit hole and it's a very positive one. It's very life-changing. Oh yes, getting into Old English has been very life-changing for me, and as in conjunction with the YouTube that I've encountered a whole new world, right? That I wouldn't have really known very intimately had I not get into Old English. You know, I would just like see the surface of it, or even then, most people when they hear Old English, they think of like Shakespeare, or what have you. So, but with Old English, it's really life changing when you really dive into it, because it's more than just a language. And what I'm going to say is true for other languages. When you study a language, it's not just a language, so it's a worldview, right? It's a culture, right? Like how they word things, like what's the perspective and or what have you. Like for those of you who don't know, the word for world in Old English is middanjard. Middanjard. Literally middle yard, right? So that's very different from today's English. Tolkien used that as his inspiration for Middle Earth. Alright, so, but anyway, that aside, guys, yeah, for those of you, I don't know if I already said this already in this video, but forgive me if I'm repeating myself once more. Yes, I did actually, that this sort of video is where we sort of hang out, alright? So, yeah guys, you know, happy birthday to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being with me. Either you just found me, either you just been watching me for many years, or you've been watching me from the start and seeing the channel grow. And it's still growing, you know, bit by bit. The channel is growing, and it just amazes me how working with Old English brought the channel, and it's not just Old English, it's not what I do with it too, it's you guys' interest into it as well, right? And anyway guys, I'm just rambling proper. Anyway guys, thank you so much for your support, whether you're a subscriber or just found this video, or not a subscriber, or you're a patron, or was a patron, what have you. I'm just very grateful for all the engagement, for all that has happened, good and bad, so to speak. And the one thing too I have to say, and this is actually quite important, this is something I've observed. I really am very grateful for those of you who are truly patient with me. Oh yes. Sometimes in my videos I have a hard time saying what I want to say, or I have a tendency to re-upload videos because I need to correct things, and I have to be correct. I have to correct a lot in Old English, because the thing is, there is so much that can be like off. And the thing is, we're in a time now that it's not like Latin where like you have many sources from and or what have you. It's just that there's so few people doing what I'm doing, that what I'm really getting at is that whatever I put out, essentially, people are going to think that's how you say it, right? And not just one way of saying it, or just one variant of among many, you know? So I have to be very careful with my grammar. Oh boy, the grammar in Old English keeps me up at night. You know, sometimes I'll be doing something in the kitchen and be like, "Oh no, that noun is not that gender. Oh man, no, that declension, no, you know, it'll keep me up at night." Like I know I shouldn't really do that, but it's just, you know, because I don't want to mislead, especially when it comes to teaching this language, and because if mistakes are not corrected, they persist, and you know, it's just ideally I like to have correct grammar to the best of my ability, you know. So I mean, I really, in a way, I'm quite the perfectionist, and I do with this channel in particular, with my work in general, really. I really strive for excellence because, again, setting that example, you know, and because, again, you never know who's really watching, and it's really, all of this is really a service, right? You know, and that being the case, I'm a servant, right? I'm serving you guys, you know, with the work that I do, and I'm, again, making our world a more interesting place. You know, I mean, because it could have been that, oh yeah, I'm into Old English and I kept all this stuff to myself. No, I want to share it with the world. It's what I've been doing for nine years. Oh God, 9 years. 9 years is a long time. I don't plan to give this channel up. You know, I've been, you know, I'll keep doing lernende Eald Englisc for the rest of my life. Alright? I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here. Alright? Anyway guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.